Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. You already know that feeling. It's hot, you're sweating, and your skin is starting to do that thing. The tightening, the tingling, the itch that starts so small, but then it becomes the thing that is all that you can ever think about. You try to ignore it, and then you try to keep going throughout your day. And then, unfortunately, it becomes something that is almost impossible to ignore. I have been there more times than I can count myself. And for years, every time that it happened, I had nothing. I had no plan, no kit, and no idea which product or thing I should reach for first. And that is why I decided to build one. And think of this video as a love letter and kit handed directly to you. If you are new here, hi, I'm Amelia and welcome to Angels in Harmony. This channel is for women who are learning how to reconnect with their bodies so that they can fall in love with themselves again. I'm actually so excited to show you guys what I have in store for this video. My goal in this video is to walk you through my entire sensitive skin flare kit. Every product, every step, and the science behind why it all works. And the things that I had to figure out on my own that changed how I manage my skin completely. So quickly before we start, I'm just a girl who's been navigating highly sensitive eczema-prone skin her whole life, and I'm sharing my experience with you to show you what has helped me along the way. Every person's skin is different, so before trying anything new, especially on irritated, broken, or actively flaring skin, patch test first. Always check the ingredient list of any product against your own known allergies and or sensitivities. Or if your eczema or sensitive skin is severe, not responding to at-home care, please go and see a dermatologist. Your skin deserves the professional support. With that said, here's what has helped me. When you're out in the world, especially in the heat and humidity, your skin collects sweat residue, dust, dirt, and bacteria throughout the day. Board-certified dermatologist confirms that sweat is simply not just water. Those compounds actually stay on the surface of your skin. So if you layer your products on top of that buildup, you're basically trapping everything underneath. That's gross. So essentially, you're not treating the irritation, you are sealing the problem. Think of it like painting over a dirty wall. It might look fine for a second. The problem is still underneath everything you just applied. So keep that in mind. We're about to get into the kit. Woo! If you're a sensitive girl, you need to have your products, or just girly things in general. You have your products that work for you, and you want to have a really good routine that you can just pick up without even thinking about if the products will work for you or not. So I know that there's a lot of brands out there, and thank God that they're actually coming out with more and more sensitive skin brands that actually help our skin and target the main concerns of, and that is exactly what I look for within these products, because I want something that's simple, fragrance-free, and attacks the problem that I need it to attack. I'm so excited because I know these products work, and I hope that you can find something that works for you. Step 1, the gentle cleansing wipes. We have the antibacterial wipes, and then we have the water wipes. There's actually a difference between the two of them that I did not know, and I wanted to share it with you in case you didn't know either, because there's a big difference. They're both wipes, but they actually do two different things. For your standard antibacterial wipes, like wet ones or store brand ones like this one's from Target. Harsh chemicals like benzalkonium chloride, alcohol, and preservatives on eczema or sensitive skin. These can strip your barrier, which can cause burning and severe drying, which can lead to making your flares worse. So keep these away from irritated skin. What you want is a sensitive skin cleansing wipe. Water-based, no fragrance, no alcohol, no harsh antiseptics. And I like these ones because they're made to be on the go. And they're very thin, so they can fit inside your bag. So this is the sensitive skin cleansing wipe, and this is the antibacterial wipe. You want to choose something that is a little more calming and gentle on your skin, so choose this one. So the rule of thumb is that if your barrier is already broken, your wipes need to be as gentle as something that you would use for a newborn baby, because in that state, that is essentially what it is in. Before I apply any balm or cream on my dry, irritated skin, I clean it with the wipe, and then I mist the area first. It rehydrates the surface and creates enough slip that the products just glide on instead of tugging and dragging across already irritated skin. I already know the question you might be asking yourself. Amelia, how is this different from the water that I can just use in a spray bottle that just comes out of my tap water? Can I just put it in here to just save money? Technically, yes. Should you? It depends. Here's the actual difference, and it's more meaningful than what most brands would admit. Tap water contains things like chlorine and fluoride that's usually added to city water filtration system. Thermal water does not actually contain these. The water is usually bottled directly at its source to preserve its mineral composition. Chlorine is an oxidizer. It can strip the barrier and increase water loss. What matters significantly more for people with sensitive skin, because we already have that weakened skin barrier. Board certified dermatologist notes that unfiltered water may disturb the natural balance of your skin's natural flora. And by the way, we talked in detail about the different types of chlorinated water in my last video. So if you live somewhere with heavily chlorinated tap water and you spray that on broken or flared skin before you apply your moisturizer, you are potentially adding another irritant on top of skin that is already compromised. That is the core issue. But here's the nuance that most people miss. If you do not have hard water where you live, or if you already have a water filter or water softener at home, then thermal water actually becomes a little less essential. If your tap water is already filtered and softened, the practical difference actually shrinks considerably. The real magic of this thermal water is not just its purity, it's actually the mineral content within it. Its benefits are linked to its selenium, zinc, magnesium, and bicarbonate content. These minerals demonstrated anti-inflammatory and antioxidant effects on eczema-prone skin in dermatology research. That mineral profile is something that you just can't replicate through just pure tap water. So, if your budget is tight, then filtered water in a spray bottle is actually a good alternative than the thermal water for slip. And it is much better alternative than just using unfiltered tap water on broken skin. But it will not give you the anti-inflammatory mineral benefit that makes thermal water significantly useful during flare-up. One provides slip and the other provides slip and active calming ingredient. And now you can make the choice that is best for you. So after the wipe, and then the thermal water, I usually mist on hypochloric acid. Hypochloric acid is what your own white blood cells naturally produce to fight off bacteria and inflammation. On irritated skin, it helps protect the damaged barrier from bacterial infections without stinging, burning, or stripping away anything. It just does its job. The 𝑚𝑎𝑖𝑙 Clean Start Prep Step, hypochloric acid, but if you want something that actually has the eczema seal acceptance, then you can go for the Tower 28 hypochloric acid as well as an alternative. Simple and straightforward ingredients for the both of them. Step 4, lotions versus creams and balms. This one is the one I had to learn the hard way, even with growing up with extremely sensitive skin. I didn't know that there was a difference between all these two, which is so sad. Why did nobody tell me? So I don't want you to make the same mistake that I did, so I'm gonna tell you. I think this is one of the important distinctions that we need to understand, because this actually can make our flares worse without actually realizing it. Not all moisturizers are built for the same skin state. The texture you choose matters completely depending on whether your skin is broken, healing, or just a little bit sensitive and reactive. Okay, so to be completely honest, I don't prefer lotions actually. I actually prefer creams on my skin because it just feels a lot more hydrating than lotions. But that's my preference. But I do have a lotion on hand, and I use this in the summer for my legs. And this one's pretty popular now. It's the La Roche-Posay Urea 10%. This one does have an active ingredient, and I do not use this on broken skin. So I just use it on my legs. That's it. I don't really use this anywhere else on my body because it is very, as I'm putting it on my hand, this product is like very creamy and very like watery, and I don't really like the lotion feeling on all over my body as much as just for my legs, especially if it's for a certain purpose. So that's why I just use the lotion on the urea cream on my legs. Yes. For lotions, you can use it as maintenance care, but never for a flare. Lotions actually have the highest water content and the lightest texture, suitable for daily maintenance on healthy or mildly dry skin, but not for active flares. Because lotion is mostly water, it actually evaporates quickly and can pull the moisture out of an already compromised skin barrier as it dries. If your skin is broken and you put lotion on it, it will sting. That is not you being dramatic. That is your skin barrier basically telling you, screaming at you, that it needs more than what lotion actually can provide for it. Creams are for healing skin. These contain more oil than water, more oil than lotion, and a little less than a balm. It provides real hydration. This one's the 𝑸𝑚𝑎𝑖𝑙 Zero Calm Balm. This is my favorite to use for everyday moisturizer. I've purchased this so many times. Like, this one's almost empty, and I love the way that it pumps out on the skin. And like, I love the way that how it moisturizes. Like, you can see it's very like thick, and I love it. And it spreads so nice and easy, and it's literally my favorite balm. But it is on the pricey side, so just be aware of that. But this is my favorite. I've tried everything, tried a lot of products, and that one is definitely my favorite. And I also have the CeraVe Eczema Relief Moisturizing Cream. This one has the 1% colloidal oatmeal, and this one is more budget friendly, very thick. This one is definitely more thicker than this one, and you can see it has like the same consistency as the other 𝑸𝑚𝑎𝑖𝑙 balm. It provides real hydration and barrier support without it actually being too heavy on your skin. This is the powerhouse for skin that is healing. Not fully broken, not fully calm, basically in that between stages. So creams are the everyday option. So these are for broken and severely reactive skin. So when the skin is cracked, weeping, or actively broken, the balm creates kind of like a physical seal between the layers of your skin and the active wound. It creates an occlusive layer by keeping the moisture in and locking the irritants out. It is heavier and it does not absorb like a cream. But when your barrier is severely compromised, the occlusive layer is what your skin actually needs. This is what you reach for during an active flare. So here's the rule. The more reactive and broken your skin is, the more richer textures you need, like a balm or a cream. Match your product weight to your skin's actual current state. This is the 𝑸𝑚𝑎𝑖𝑙 Zero Calm Eczema Calming Relief Balm. I use this. It also has colloidal oatmeal. I don't have any more. I don't have any more to show you. I actually don't. I do. Okay, so this is how it looks like on your skin. As you can see, yeah, it does feel so thick. This is very thick. This does feel a lot thicker on the skin. So this definitely is something that you would want to use for when your skin is compromised. The La Roche-Posay Cica Balm. I feel like balms are a little bit more pricier because they do target a specific problem and for highly reactive skin. And they're definitely more thicker. These are some great options if you're in the market looking for a balm. Step 5, sunscreen. Sunscreen is not just about what is in it. It's also about the format that you choose. This is something that I didn't know for years, and it was literally making everything worse. Just like the lotions, like who knew? So, and I know once you saw this, you got a little scared because I'm scared holding it. Because I know how it feels. And if you have sensitive skin, then you know. If you don't know, I'm going to tell you. But if you know, I don't use this. Spray sunscreens are different from cream sunscreens. And I'm going to tell you the difference. Why spray sunscreens burns on eczema-prone skin or just compromised skin. Do not why did I do that? If you ever sprayed sunscreen on open and irritated skin, you're about to learn why it burns so badly. Spray sunscreens almost always contain alcohol and propellants as a way to make them spray. Spray sunscreens are almost more than likely to contain some sort of alcohol compared to creams, which ends up drying out and actively irritating your sensitive skin. They're also harder to apply evenly, which means that some parts of your skin are left out of the benefits of sunscreen, which means that some parts of your skin are left with no protection at all. That burning sensation is not just your skin being sensitive. That is the alcohol in the spray formula that is actively damaging your already compromised barrier. Dermatology research says that sprays and watery based sunscreens more likely than creams and sticks to have alcohol in them. So what to use instead? These apply evenly and have no alcohol required in the formula, and you can control how much coverage you can get. This is always a safer format regardless if it's formulated for mineral or chemical. A mineral sunscreen or a chemical sunscreen. I don't have it with me right now, but a sunscreen stick, which is another excellent choice for targeted areas such as for the inner elbows, the knees, and the face for precise applications. Now we're going to talk about chemical versus mineral sunscreens on compromised skin. The chemical filters absorb UV rays and converts them to heat inside of your skin. For healthy skin on a normal day, this is fine. For compromised barriers, the heat can actually add to existing inflammation. For mineral sunscreens, zinc oxide and titanium sit on top of the skin and physically reflects UV rays. No heat generation and no absorption. This is the gentler choice for reactive or flaring skin. This is the sunscreen I use for everyday use. It is the Bondi Sands SPF 50 fragrance-free sunscreen lotion. It is a chemical sunscreen. It works beautifully for my skin in its current state right now because it is healthy and calm. But I would not use this if my skin was compromised and I was having active flare. On a flare day or any other day I feel like my skin is compromised, I would switch to a mineral-based sunscreen like the Blue Lizard Sensitive Mineral Sunscreen with SPF 50. This one's a little bit pricier, but it is a mineral sunscreen that is for sensitive skin. This one is a budget-friendly option. This one's from CeraVe, and this one is the tinted version, 100% mineral sunscreen with SPF 30. It is tinted. You can see it right here, and it does have like the tinting ingredients to try to hide that white cast. That is something that I do have problems with my skin tone because that white cast just on, I think any person with melanated skin can have problems with it showing up as a ghost. But I think this one works really well. And this one is under $20, so it's a really good alternative. But the only problem I do have is that it's extremely small, so you would only be able to use this on your face or something. This one is kind of like a bigger size, which is good. You could use this on your body, but this one is extremely small. I try to look for sunscreens that are in bigger bottles, and I know that a lot because I use sunscreen a lot because I work outside a lot. So I try to stick with bottles that are a little bit bigger. We also do have the 𝐸𝑚𝑑 skincare in SPF 46. This one is actually a sample size I got from my dermatologist this morning, and I have not tried this actually, but I've heard really good things about this sunscreen. Dermatologists recommend it. That's where I got this sample size. I got two actually. It does have that active ingredient of zinc oxide within it. If you are interested in a basically everybody recommends kind of sunscreen, this is a really good one. And they have a full body sized one for your face and body on Amazon. So let's try this out, shall we? So you can see this is the texture of this sunscreen. This is also zinc base mineral sunscreen, and you can see that it actually goes into the skin pretty nicely. That evaporated really nicely. It definitely feels very hydrating. I like that. I really do like that. Wow, that's nice. Okay, I'm gonna save that for later. Step 6, cold water and ice packs. Oh my gosh, this is the last one within the kit. the one that actually gives the fastest amount of relief. When inflammation is active, when your body gets hot, stinging, and overstimulated, sometimes everything can feel like too much. What I like to do is to drink ice cold water and apply a reusable ice pack to the worst irritated spot. And I like this one because it is reusable and it's a hot and cold pack. What I like about this one is that you can wrap it around the area that is troubling you and giving you like a really hard time with your sensitivity. And the best part is that it comes with this wrap mechanism. You can literally put the ice pack inside of the sleeve, and the sleeve is like Velcro, and then you can wrap it around whatever area is bothering you. Don't wrap it too tight. And then the Velcro sticks it on so that basically you're like, my wrist is bothering me. Wrap it around your wrist, ice cold, and you're good to go. And the best part is that once you wrap it, you can't really go in there to like mess with it. So it's like a Band-Aid, like a giant Band-Aid, but like in ice pack form. And it's wonderful and it's great and it's the best thing that they ever invented. I love it. And the best part is that you don't have to buy multiple of them. Like the one that I got is from Amazon. I bought this a while ago. I bought this like 2 years ago and I still have it. It comes with like two of these sleeves, and then I think 4 of these ice packs. And the best part is that you can put 2 inside the freezer and then you can have 2 outside if you do want to use like the hot mechanism of the ice pack, but I've only used the cold because cold feels nice. The cold actually signals to your nervous system. It interrupts the scratch itch cycle long enough for everything else to start working and calming down. So now you have the products and you understand that the products do help your skin. But if the nervous system is still in panic mode, those products can only do so much. You have to address both sides at the same time. So what I like to do to address the nervous system side of it is to find a quiet space. If you're in a public space, you can go to the bathroom, you can go in a parked car, or find a quiet corner where you can just be by yourself to recalibrate your mind. The purpose of this is just to remove yourself from the overstimulation. Playing music that your nervous system deems as safe. What I like to do, I used to play a game called Minecraft when I was younger and still now. If y'all play Stardew Valley, let me know. But I play like those soundtracks to quiet my nervous system because those soundtracks actually carry really positive memories for me. So I like to play those whenever I feel overstimulated or I need to calm down. Especially, and let me know if y'all do this, but I do play it when I go to sleep as kind of like a lullaby. I think it's relaxing. Music for your nervous system so it knows that it's safe. Something calming and not too upbeat. Very calming and soothing to your soul. Double inhale through your nose. Long exhale throughout your mouth. 3 times minimum. This is a psychological sigh, and this is scientifically proven the fastest way to activate your parasympathetic nervous system, which is your body's rest and heal response. Talking to yourself out loud. I know, this sounds crazy, but it works. This is just something you just do for temporary relief to kind of ground yourself. So what I like to do is to say out loud, this has happened before, you've gone through it, and you can do it again. This too shall pass. Amen. I think speaking to yourself out loud and inside your head and reminding yourself that this is not something that's going to last for a very long time. I think pain is temporary and it depends on the actions you take to overcome those hardships. This has passed before. We have gone through this and I'm giving my body what it needs right now. And this too shall pass. Section 4, the gut and skin connection. Last thing, and I'll say this as somebody who is not a doctor, Just a girl who started to pay close attention to her body and started to do the research behind why my body acts the way that it does. For years, I've noticed when I was drawn towards sugary and processed foods, my flares got worse. The connection is real and there is science behind it. Research published in dermatology journals confirmed that the sweat composition in eczema-prone skin is altered compared to healthy skin. Sweat glucose levels are elevated in ways that make the skin more hospitable to bacteria and more prone to irritation. Research shows that what you eat and how your body processes stress both affect what ends up in your sweat and ultimately on your skin's surface. Your gut microbiome directly influences your immune response. When disrupted by stress, sugar, poor sleep, it creates the systematic inflammation which ends up showing up on your skin. This is not about restriction or perfection. It's about noticing your own patterns your body is giving you every single day. I go deeper on the gut-skin connection in the survival mode video, and I will link it in the card. Here's what I want you to take away from today. A flare does not have to mean that your whole day is over. It just means that your body is communicating something. Heat, stress, compromise, skin barrier. And it needs you to respond with intention instead of panic. Clean the skin first, always. Then the hypochloric acid to protect the barrier. Thermal water for slip and minerals. Match your moisturizer to where your skin is right now. Cream if you are healing. Balm if your skin is compromised. Mineral sunscreen in cream format if you are going to be outside. Cold water and ice packs to help ground your nervous system. Then take 5 minutes to ground your nervous system because your skin actually heals faster when it feels safe. You are not failing when you flare. You're actually learning what your body needs. And with that knowledge, you're actually building healing that actually lasts. Everything that I mentioned today will be linked down below if you're interested in it, of course. Look at how much goodies you have to choose from. There's so much endless possibilities for help on your healing journey. So give something a try. Remember, you will have 30 days to return it if you don't want it or it doesn't work. So there's no harm in trying something new that might help you this summer or for the rest of your life. They're always coming out with new products, which is amazing for people with sensitive skin issues like us. One more thing before we wrap. If you actually want to start understanding your flare patterns instead of just reacting to them, I actually have a Notion template that I've built for these sensitive skin issues. When you start tracking your triggers, products, how your skin responds to stress, food, and sleep, those patterns start to emerge. And those patterns are how you start to break those cycles. The link is in the description if you are serious about understanding your own skin. This is your next step. Subscribe for new videos every week for women who are healing from the inside out. And not just their skin, but all of it. Drop a comment and tell me, what is your go-to move when you feel like a flare is starting? If you know somebody who might need something that we just mentioned in this video, please share this video with them. It might be something that they actually was thinking about and they actually need. And with that, I will see you in the next one, beautiful. Goodbye!